Bill Russell is the greatest all time. Because last I checked, 11 beat 6.
If
so
it's
that's
just
it.
numbers.
Is that what we're doing, Skip? So why, hold on, Skip, always look at me when I'm talking to you. You want me on this chair. You need me in this chair.
6-0 in the finals with 6 MVP.
11-1 is 11. Hold on. So if you're going to use that argument, Joe Montana is still the greatest because he's 4-0. You see, here's the problem.
Tom Brady should have been 6-1. You know what?
And he could have been 3-4 or 2-5. But that's neither here nor there. Let's deal with what we're talking about. Michael Jordan so eloquently stated, 5 is more than 3. So in what mathematics is 6 more than 11? Bill Russell has 11. But you know why they say Michael's the greatest? Because there are other things that go into it. MVPs, all NBAs, leading the league in scoring. Okay, let's just take it on its face value. Kobe Bryant, 5 titles. LeBron, 3. Check Kobe. MVPs, regular season. LeBron James, 4. Kobe Bryant, 1. LeBron James is one of 5 men that's won 4 or more MVPs. He's one of 2 men to win 2 in 2 different locations. He won 2 in 2, Cleveland and Miami. Kareem is 3 and 3, Milwaukee and the Lakers. Would you give that to who? LeBron, right? Okay. Final MVP. LeBron has 3. Kobe has 2. LeBron James has led his team in scoring every year, 14 years in a row. Kobe Bryant did not lead his team in scoring the first year until year 7. Check LeBron. So by any numerical stance, if all you're looking at are championships, Bill Russell is the greatest player ever. But if you're taking other things into consideration, people want to say Michael Jordan. So if you're just looking at championships, if that's the criteria that we're going to use, and it seems to be that's the criteria that Michael Jordan is using, why do we keep anointing him the GOAT? Because 11 is way more than 6. And Bill Russell, in 13 years, went to 12 finals. He lost 1. 11-1. The man ain't even got enough fingers to put all them rings on. And you, Michael Jordan, go sit there and talk about he a GOAT. You not the GOAT. Bill Russell's the GOAT. Bill, they need to come out with some Russell shoes.
Tell me when
champ man.
Tell me when you're finished.
Michael Jordan can have jump man. Bill Russell, champ man.
Tell me when it's my turn.
Hold on, I need.
You just
Jenny,
dropped the mic.
Give me a finger, Jenny. Hold on one finger. Just hold on one finger. Hold on one finger, Jenny. That's Bill Russell. That's his logo.
I'm helping you with this.
Champ man.
Just for right now.
I ain't say 11. I said 11. That's how many championships he got. 11.
Well, Skip is longer the only one. Hasn't been for a little while, and taking on LeBron. This is what Magic had to say Saturday, speaking at the University of Albany. There's going to always be great players in basketball. There's going to always be guys who win championships in the NBA, except LeBron. Everybody's always asking, who is better between Kobe and LeBron? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, you're kidding me. Kobe, 5 championships. LeBron, 0. Stop trying to compare him to Michael Jordan. Come on, man. 6 championships for Jordan? Now, Magic later would say that he's joking. Look at the comments, though, and he says he was joking about it, but are comments like that out of line?
Absolutely not. It was entirely appropriate. It was entirely accurate. A matter of fact, the only problem that I have with Magic Johnson is that he ultimately ended up saying he was kidding, because he shouldn't have been kidding. He's absolutely correct. And this is really at the heart of the points that I've been making, and I'm dead serious about this, all joking aside, Skip. It wasn't your statement, it was LeBron's performance. I've been defending him for years against you. But I will tell you this, I have spoken to numerous champions in the last 8, 9, 10 months. And here is the one problem that they have with LeBron James. It's not just the fact that he's devoid of championships, but not only does he seem to welcome the celebration of him, but he seems to celebrate himself when there's nothing to celebrate. He hasn't gotten it done. 9 years and counting, 0 championships, and celebrates himself entirely too much. And that is why you heard Magic said what he said. And I dare to tell you this, Magic Johnson is not just speaking for himself, he is speaking for a multitude of champions out there that have a problem with LeBron James being in their class when he hasn't paid the price. Simple.
Completely agree. But what was stunning to me about Magic in Albany speaking to a college group, I think, was how sarcastic and dismissive he was of LeBron James. I know Magic has respect for LeBron's talent.
He has profound respect for LeBron.
After what Magic witnessed in the NBA Finals, he went completely over the edge to no respect. I'm going to make jokes about him now. And I know he backed off, and you were saying it's almost like a George Steinbrenner. Don't back off, Magic, because I think LeBron deserved to have jokes made about him after the NBA Finals.
See, for me, and that's the difference between me and Magic. Magic, like Skip said, and I agree with him to some degree, you know, he's joking about it, it's some disrespect. I'm angry. I'll be the first to admit I'm
you
angry.
feel like he's wasting talent?
Because I know how great he is. I know how great this guy can be.
But I don't.
I'm just saying, but you gotta want it. It's that little extra something. You gotta want it. And we have to, if we stop rewarding, that's why I'm doing it. I'm putting LeBron James on notice. I'm coming for him. I'm gonna talk about, I don't wanna talk about LeBron James unless we are talking about his absence of rings. There is nothing else about LeBron James that should be relevant to us from this moment forward until this boy starts winning. He's too great to come up as short as he's going to come up.
He made
Great.
you look foolish in the end. Your expect level is high for him.
You know what?
Mine's medium.
That's fair. He did. I take that.
It's just where the anger comes from.
Because come on, Dana. I sit here for 8 years.
Not justified. I agree.
I believe in him. How many times? For 8 years I've been fighting. This boy is the real deal, and you come up that short. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
That your I told you.
Embarrassing.
Nothing more needs to be said. Thank you.
Skip Bayless is right. I have nothing to say.
How they manifest those traits to be, their best basketball player, the best role model that they can be. I mean, and no matter what the league does in terms of trying to promote, you can't fool the consumer, you can't fool the fans. So, I mean, the game is going to say, well, he's the next whoever. Your game is going to have to evolve to hold up to that label that the league is trying to, promote you with. It's a danger to that. It's a danger to that because, the credibility of the game could take a hit.
LeBron, the best in the league since Michael Jordan.
Stephen A., I think that LeBron James just might be the greatest stat sheet stuffer we've ever seen. I think as a stat machine, I think he's beyond Michael Jordan. I think he will eclipse Michael Jordan in every statistical category. But you know and I know, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We all accept that. We accept he's the most talented player by far in today's game. Talent-wise, he's probably beyond Michael Jordan. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a little stronger. But so what? Because he's the un-Jordan, obviously, when it comes to clutch time, to winning time, as Magic Johnson used to say it. And to me, I'm back to my new expression. Not amnesia, it's Lebresia. The LeBron idolaters out there, and maybe this guy is one of them, they conveniently want to overlook the nightmarish failures, the collapses, the chosen one turns frozen one that we've seen repeatedly in the playoffs. So I accept all the stats. I embrace all the stats. I just want to see him do it in the finals. And I know you've been right there with me all year.
Well, I have been in terms of wanting to see him to do it in the finals. I'm not going to be blind and oblivious to what I've seen him do during the regular season. That's why he got my league MVP vote. I know that as a stat machine, he's the greatest in the game and maybe the greatest ever. But I have to add closing into the equation. When you sit around and you hear guys allude to his years in Cleveland and how he was carrying a bunch of no names and all of this other stuff, I got into a debate with some of my boys the other day, including Mr. West himself. Worldwide West is what they call him because obviously he loves LeBron James. And one of the things that I pointed out was that you have to be able to close in order to cement your greatness as a player. And I think that what's dangerous about LeBron James, I'm going to go a little deep here, Skip. What's dangerous about LeBron James is not LeBron James' fault. You have people here that are so enamored and so in love with his game that they don't know how to stop where I stop. And that is by giving him praise and recognizing his greatness, but stopping right there and recognizing also that he has unfinished business. They don't want to do that. They want to sit there and stop at his greatness, put the period mark and the exclamation point there and say that's it. And what they're not realizing is that LeBron James, in my estimation, may be the most dangerous professional athlete in the history of this country. And here's what I mean by that. When Isaiah Thomas and Dr. J. Julius Erving and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and everybody were coming up and playing in the games, there was an unwritten code. You had to get it done. You had to win. What transpired was Michael Jordan ultimately had elevated to astronomical proportions, but he wasn't winning championship skips and everybody was on him. It was Michael Jordan that took it upon himself that said, with these sneaker deals, with all of these endorsement contracts, I've got to close the deal. I got to get it done because I'll be sick to my stomach if I don't. Unfortunately, up until this season, LeBron James has given the impression that if he didn't win, it was okay. The sun will rise tomorrow. The sun will shine another day. I'll be just fine. And that kind of message resonated with the rest of the athletes out there. Yeah, we'll try to win, but if we don't,
Let's make sure we build up our Twitter and Facebook accounts, that we build up our name and our cachet on Madison Avenue, that we position ourselves to make money and earn a quality living for ourselves after our playing days are over. And that has become more of a priority than actually winning. And that's the problem. And that's why I say before this year, he was very, very dangerous because he buffered that point. And you don't want professional athletes thinking like that while they're still playing and they still have business to accomplish.
Okay, I need to make the points of order again. Michael Jordan ran up against, as a young player, the bad boy Pistons and Magic's Lakers and Larry Bird's Celtics. LeBron hasn't had those kind of roadblocks. Dirk's Mavericks don't qualify as any of those three teams. And we know what happened to LeBron in the finals last year. And yet, I still feel this groundswell, this media bandwagon rolling once again to prematurely crown LeBron King James. He's wearing his Roman numeral, what is it, his mouth guard.
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, and just go do it. That's all I ask. Just show us. Go do it.
All right. He also said recently that if they don't win the finals, that the season is not a failure. And that leads even more people to say...
He said that?
He did a few weeks ago, but at the end of the
that's not good. That's not good.
I know you don't
that's
like
it. It absolutely is a failure if they don't win it this year.
It is, yeah. Well, he has said you don't have to win it all for it to be a success.
Nothing less is satisfactory, and that's why I love being down here in South Beach, guys, just walking around looking at members of the Miami Heat organization.
You know, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was growing up through the ranks when Kobe came into the league. He was, you know, it wasn't a dream of mine to come straight, you know, from high school at that point in time to the NBA. But I was like, wow, a 17 or 18-year-old kid being able to make that leap, that's pretty damn cool. And as I started playing more ball and I went into high school, the things that he was doing on the floor, I, you know, admired and wanted to be a part of. I went to ABCD camp, and he came and talked to all the kids that was there, and I happened to be one of the kids that was there, and I was just listening. I was just trying to soak everything up I could. You know, and I remember one thing that he said, he was like, if you want to try to be, you know, great at it or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. You know, there's no substitution to work. And I was a 15-year-old kid at that camp. You can actually find the footage of him at that camp. And then 2001, I believe, I was playing in New Jersey, and the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me, was in Philly, right? Yeah, that Saturday, me and Maverick drove to the Intercontinental downtown Philadelphia, and he gave me a pair of his shoes, which I ended up wearing that following night. It was the red, white, and blue Kobe's. I was a 15, and he was a 14, and I wore them anyways. And I sat and just talked to him for a little bit. He gave me the shoes. I rocked them in the game. And it was the same night that we played Oak Hill against Melo. And then I saw what he was able to do the very next night, winning MVP here in Philly that following night. As I got drafted, I still just admired him, you know, seeing what he was able to accomplish, winning championships, having, you know, being early in his career where, you know, he learned from the misses that he had against the series against Utah, and he just used that as motivation and got better and better and better to him winning multiple championships, and continued to admire him throughout my high school rank. And then as competitors, just seeing the work ethic that he put into the game. He had zero flaws offensively. Zero. You backed off of him, he could shoot the three. You body him up a little bit, he can go around you. He can shoot the mid-range, he can post, he can make free throws. He has zero flaws offensively. And, you know, that's something that I admired as well, just being at a point where the defense will always be at bay, where they couldn't guard you at all offensively, where you just felt like you was just immortal offensively because of your skill set and your work ethic. We take it down to 2008 when we become the Redeem team. And it was a dream come true for me to be able to line up alongside of him. Just admired him for so many years, and seeing him from afar, and then being able to be in practices with him, and you know, me watching and learning. So on. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. The story is just too much. It doesn't make sense. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from, where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me his shoes. He won All-Star Week. It's surreal.
Whoever they were, whatever made them great, they didn't leave that at the door when money time arrived. When we look at LeBron and Kobe, that's where I think we part ways. Because even though LeBron has matured to that point where there's no longer a question about that at where he's concerned, for a lengthy period of time in his career, it was a huge question. I have religiously stated for the first 46 minutes, I'll take LeBron James over almost anybody in the world all time, with the exception of maybe Jordan. And even that is a maybe. The problem is that when you get to that money time, that clutch, where you sit up there and everything breaks down and you grab the ball and you say, here, take me to the promised land. LeBron is not somebody that's going to be on that list most of the time in a lot of people's eyes. And nobody is going to question that Kobe would be on that list. When money time arrived and it was time to give him the ball, whether it was in the finals against Indiana, whether it was 2001 in the postseason, whether it was 2010 against Boston, or times in between, Kobe at a younger age was so sensational. LeBron had to grow into that role for a significant period of time. And that's the difference. What LeBron learned to have, Kobe had. MJ had it. Here's the last point, Max. LeBron was pushed to that elevated level of play. Kobe took it. MJ took it. These are guys that you knew from the moment that moment arrived, they belonged there. LeBron was pushed, coached, nurtured, tutored into that elevated position. That is the difference.
Number one, Michael Jordan never, ever once said he's the greatest ever. No one has ever heard that out of the mouth of Michael Jordan. So, in other words, whatever his standard is, it's applicable to anything that he says, because Michael Jordan has never said, I am the greatest who ever lived, okay? So when people sit up there and say, well, Michael, if you're bringing that up, that means Bill Russell was better than you. Who knows? Michael Jordan might say, sure, okay, no problem. He's better because he's got 11 rings. Yep. That's Michael Jordan's standard. That's number one. Number two, I've said this on many occasions, and I'll say it again. LeBron James is an absolute freak of nature. He is one of the greatest we have ever seen. From a talent perspective, he's top two, may go down as number one all time, okay? I would take LeBron James all day, every day, and twice on Sundays for the first 46 minutes. But with the game on the line, it's a whole bunch of players that I would take ahead of LeBron James. And Kobe Bryant would be one of them. Last 2 minutes, game on the line, postseason action, things of that nature, I'm rolling with Kobe. And when you think about Michael Jordan and what Michael Jordan has to say, I think it's incredibly important that everybody understands the standard with which he's measuring stuff by. It's not just about the number of championships. It's about actually winning them. There's a whole bunch of cats that can contribute it, but there are very few who can close the deal. Kobe Bryant was one of those people who could close the deal. We saw it when they won their first championship, when Shaq had fouled out and Kobe Bryant had to take over and play against the Indiana Pacers and take control. What we're saying is we also look at him, he was waiting for this moment, talking about this moment, salivating for the moment, whereas LeBron had to be pushed and prodded to that point. He had to go to South Beach. He had to play with D. Wade. He had to sit up there and be lectured and tutored and counseled by a D. Wade and Pat Riley. And then after he did that, they had to convince him, it's your time. You're the best in the world. If you remember in 2012, there was an all-star game taking place, and the game was on the line. This is after, Max, you'll remember this. This is after LeBron James and the Miami Heat had lost in the finals to the Dallas Mavericks. And D-Wade and these boys are proud of them. It's your time, it's your time, it's your time. It's the all-star weekend. It's an exhibition. Nothing is on the line. LeBron James has the ball at the top of the key with Kobe guarding him. And instead of taking the shot himself, he tried to throw a pass, and it got picked off by Blake Griffin. And Melo got in his face, and Kobe got in his face, and D-Wade had gotten in his face. They're like, what are you doing? So all I'm saying is, my last point is this. All I'm saying is the level of greatness that they were willing to embrace and they were salivating for, LeBron had to be pushed towards. And if you are Michael Jordan, you take that into consideration when you think about how you rank a player. The mission is to close, and you've got LeBron James here who needs to be taught how to become a killer. Is there a better teacher than the Black Mamba? The Black Mamba in South Beach? Because you got to remember, he is in Hollywood, and he's a 5-time champion. So if he went Hollywood, it's completely justified because he's got the credentials and the cachet to validate it. But he's still focused, ain't he? Every year, LA, right down the block, and he's still focused. Could you imagine what that boy would do with LeBron James? It's something to think about, and that's all I got to say.
That's all? After you blew the rundown completely to bits? Well, we're 7 topics down the list now.
Provocative, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's incredible. It was quite a speech you just made. Dwayne Wade and LeBron are just too good of friends. They are just too close for their own good. There's way too much of, I'm going to get you yours, and I want you to be this, and I want you to be that, to a fault. They're very, truly, genuinely close friends.
And that is why I'm going to turn you to my mode of thinking on this, kids. Because we all know one thing. Kobe don't have that problem.
It does not have that problem with anybody.
Let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. If LeBron shows up in South Beach with Kobe Bryant as a teammate, and for some reason he shrinks beneath the spotlight, he will hate Kobe.
Because Kobe's going to come at him. He's going to come at him. He's going to come at him.
Here's my question.
He's going to come at him.
Here's my
You're a
concern
grown
about
man.
your deal. And I like your deal because it could be one of those classic good trades for both teams.
Both teams.
Yeah, but here's my problem. You say Kobe can close, but is his window closed?
No.
Is it closed?
Absolutely
well, I don't know.
You answer that.
I'm scared about it. I don't know.
He looked pretty good health-wise.
Let me tell you something right now. Kobe on his own has a legit 2 years left in him at this level. But with LeBron, you can double that.
All right, that's fair.
Because
that's fair.
it's LeBron.
But don't bring me that Kobe will teach him the unteachable because you cannot learn the clutch gene. I've said it a million times. You just can't. LeBron will be he'll go chosen one to frozen one. It would be up to Kobe to do what Dwayne Wade has not been able to do so far.
I'm going to say this to you. Completely different position. Doesn't even equate. But when an accident that Andrew Bonham elevated this year. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, when Kobe, you got somebody that can get it done.
Okay.
That's in your face about what you need to do. Jordan with Pippen. Pippen, what was he when he first came into the league?
Thank you. I'm just saying he's not a top 50 player.
He had the migraine headache.
He's not a top 50 player.
He had a migraine headache in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals in 1987
Finally.
when Jordan's on a bus and his late father, God rest his soul, is busy hugging his son and Jordan is crying, talking about when we going to get over the hump, when we going to get over the hump. And Scottie Pippen had let him down. And all of a sudden they came back and they started steamrolling over everybody. Why? Because Jordan elevated Pippen. It can be done. It can be done. It can be done.
You realize what you just admitted.
It doesn't matter.
Scottie Pippen is not a top 50 player. Thank you.
Just because Jordan elevated.
I don't think he said
yes, he did.
No, I didn't. Just because Jordan elevated Pippen doesn't mean Pippen's not there. He still got there.
No,
he still got there.
Best player in the NBA.
Kobe Bryant.
Better than you.
I would have to say right now. He's a really, really good player. Individually, he has some of the best skills that the NBA has ever seen in history. And he's shown year after year after year why he continues to be one of the best players in our league. I'm getting back.
Kobe Bryant, and one guy's certainly envious of the way Bryant's played lately, LeBron James.
I scratch my head every time I hear the name Kobe Bryant right now, and I try to get a dictionary and try to find a word that what he's doing right now, and I'm just lost for words. I mean, he's amazing. I've been quoted saying that he's definitely the best player in our league. To me, in my eyes, the best scorer in our league, and it's unbelievable. I don't know if it's not another guy in this league that can accomplish some of the things that he's doing right now.
Well, in Cleveland this past week. So let me ask both of you. Kobe, you start. Tell me how you see LeBron's game developing after just going up against him this week.
I mean, he's an incredible player. I think, his size and, he's meshed with his quickness and his leaping ability, his passing ability, his shooting ability. I think he's a tremendous all-around player.
LeBron, how's Kobe doing these days?
Well, like I've been quoted in the past, and I will continue to be quoted, I think he's the best player in our league right now. What he's able to do offensively and defensively is, it's unbelievable. And I look up to a guy like Kobe Bryant just because of what he's able to do every night he goes out on the basketball court. So, once again, I'm quoted again saying that Kobe Bryant is the best player in our league.
You will know what you're winning now. 1-on-1. All right, LeBron.
That's what I think. One-on-one is that's easy for me. That's just like playing one-on-one is that's how I grew up playing. That's like my thing. LeBron is more like a Magic Johnson would say. He's a great passer. He plays all around game. At the core of me, I'm a one-on-one player. I do that in my sleep.
He was at the Ohio State-Duke game last night, played in Columbus, Ohio, and to not many surprise, he was booed by the fans there to watch the game. He was there with Dwayne Wade. Later, the two teamed up to throw T-shirts out, PR move. I don't know if it worked. Can LeBron James ever regain his popularity? He took a big hit with the decision.
Sure he can. If he exercises the opt-out clause in 2 years and goes back to Cleveland. Sure, he can do it then. But outside of that, no. And what LeBron James needs to do is develop some alligator skin. Stop trying to be loved, okay? Because that's really what this is about. Look, man, they don't like you in Ohio. It's because you turned your back on the city. Now, I don't have a problem with you doing it. To me, Cleveland, South Beach, the choice is simple. I'm not hating on that at all. You could have handled it better, but clearly, you made the right decision for you, and that's cool. But if you're going to wear the black hat, then wear the black hat. Skip Bayless on many, many occasions has brought up the name Kobe Bryant. You want me to tell you the number one reason why Kobe Bryant, they boo him in every arena, but he's cheered in every arena as well. Do you know why that is, Jay? It ain't just because his skills. It's because he could give 2 cents about what you think. He is coming to take you out. Whoever it is that you put in front of him, Kobe is on a mission to steamroll over you. He don't care whether you cheer for him. He don't care if you shake his hand. He don't care if you don't ask for autographs or pictures or whatever. If the cause of your hatred has something to do with basketball. He could care less. And LeBron James
He will
has to
feed
get
off your booty.
He'll
He
feed
will.
off
Yeah,
it.
you actually have.
Absolutely.
I feel sorry for LeBron James, and I'm being sincere about this.
Why?
He doesn't want to be a villain. He does not want to embrace the hate, as you say. He's not a mentally tough kid, and he's still a kid at heart. He's almost childlike to me. He's not thick-skinned. He's thin-skinned. He wants so badly to be loved, and he can't be loved. He does the wrong thing at the wrong time. He can't stand up to the pressure in the fourth quarter of the NBA Finals. He turns into the frozen one, and it's predictable to me. And then it's pathetic. It's sad to me that he goes to the Buckeye game and he sits in the front row in his Buckeye colors, and they boo him off the court when he walks in. And then he has to stick around after the game, and he and D-Wade got to throw T-shirts to the crowd. Love me not. Love me not. Love me not. Right?
Do you think if he had it to do all over again, he would either A, do it differently, go to Miami,
He'd do it differently.
under a much different circumstance, or stay in Cleveland?
You know what? If he had it to do over again, I think he'd stay in Cleveland. I think this has crushed him. It's not a happy place for him anymore.
You think he would have done it?
I think he would have done it differently, but I ain't gonna think that he would have passed up on South Beach. I'm just not believing that. But I will say this again: he's got to get harder. Not only that, that's what it's going to require for him to win the world championship.
Yeah.
Because
That
you have
edge.
to understand, you got to have that edge.
Yeah.
Listen, instead of trying to act like you a champion, why don't you imitate champions? Why don't you steal something from them when it counts most? You know what?
Is he capable?
Yes,
Is he capable?
Yes, he is, and that's why I'm staying on him. That's why I'm not letting him. It's not because I don't believe in him. It's because I do believe in him. He is too supremely talented. He may be the best talent in the world. You know what? You just got to get that heart, man. Stop walking around like the Tin Man syndrome. I mean, what is wrong with you?
Can't buy one.
Come on, man. He got it in him. Just peel it out. Suck it up.
You can't go.
Wear the black hat.
You can't go see the
Wear
wizard.
the black hat.
There's no wizard.
Wear the black hat.
Is there a wizard, Jay?
Wear the black hat.
No, there's no wizard.
Wear the black
I'm
hat.
with you. I think you're born with that killer instinct.
Come on, man.
You're not.
You got to come with it. And you know what? If he doesn't have it, he won't win a title. Or if they do win a title, it'll be because of D-Wade and I.
Thank you.
And by the way, LeBron James, let me say this one last thing in front of this camera because this is very, very important. It is not enough for you to win the championship riding Dwayne Wade's coattails. If he's the MVP of the NBA Finals and you show up smaller than Mini-Me like you did for 4 straight fourth quarters of the NBA Finals, it still won't get by us. You can walk around with that ring and think you got something all you want to. You had damn well better be the reason the Miami Heat win this title. I'm talking, he's got to show up. He's got to make amends for not showing up in that NBA Finals last year. You got to get it done. I don't care what you do between now and May. I don't care what you do the first week of June since the Finals has been moved back for a week. You got to be the reason that the Miami Heat win the title. If you ain't, I don't want to hear from you. And nobody else should either. You got to get it done.
You sound like Stephen.
You got to get it done.
You sound like Stephen.
No, that's not good. Skip says he won't. Skip says he won't and he can't. I'm saying he can. He just hasn't done it. Get it done.
LeBron James, you should thank God for Dwayne Wade.
Desk, Stephen A. Smith. Next topic, the tweet heard round the world. LeBron tweeting yesterday to John Clayton. He wanted to know when was the deadline for NFL teams to sign free agents. And man, did that cause a stir. Stephen A., you had a particular problem with it. Go.
Well, he came out and he acknowledged later on that he was joking, if I hear correctly. My whole point with LeBron James is that he just needs to be quiet. The NBA had just canceled the first 2 weeks of the season. People, over in excess of $200 million is being lost. People losing their jobs and things of that nature. And here you are joking as usual. I have no problem with them tweeting because players tweet all the time. Mm-hmm. That's not the issue. It's the fact that he was joking, and it was the timing of his joke that I have a problem with. You need to focus, okay, on getting a deal done, getting a collective bargaining agreement reached, so you can get back on the court and make up to millions upon millions of fans who watched you wet the bed in the fourth quarter. That's what you need to be doing. I don't want to hear anything about football. I don't want to hear anything about anything else. I want to hear about their sneakers. I have no problem with Carmelo Anthony, his sneakers, but they got to win too. And Amari Stoudemire being up here yesterday with his tight suit on and all that. I have no problem with that either. I got no problem with none of that. But LeBron James, it is time. And the reason that I say it's time is because he's the one with the tattoo, the chosen one. He's the one with the King James. I want to hear stuff. He's a great guy, and he's got to deal with a lot of stuff. And we, bottom line is he's a great person, okay? And we shouldn't even be focused on anything but his game. But his game has come up short time and time again. And the one other thing that I want to say, Skip, before I leave this to you, and I'm dead serious about this. There's something about LeBron James that's really starting to alarm me. You got titles, King James, chosen one. None of the great guys, they shun all of that until they won a championship. It's like he wants to be crowned with no rings.
You don't get to do that.
Skip's been saying
you
that
got to
for
get
years.
it done. And I've been holding off on it because I disagreed with Skip totally. But to lose in the finals the way that he did, and then to come out here with the smile on your face like that, the world is just beautiful. I don't understand it. Champions don't do that. They just don't. That's what I wanted to say.
Sounds familiar.
Why are you so hard on this poor man?
That is funny coming from you. That is hysterical. Oh my God.
Wait.
You of all people.
Do you have something personal against this man?
You know what?
That's all I've ever heard for 5 years.
Listen, man, listen, Skip, it's got me to the point. I never dreamed that I would see LeBron James not show up in the fourth quarter the way he did for 4 straight games in the NBA Finals. But then to come out and to say what he said in the aftermath of that press conference, people are just going to go back to their regular old lives. And to walk around all summer long, city to city, state to state, wherever he is, big fat smile on his face like, it's no big deal that we lost and I embarrassed myself in the NBA Finals. It's no big deal. I can't take it no more. Enough.
I'm shocked.
Enough.
Yep, I'm shocked.
Enough.
Stephen A.
You got to
Bayless.
get it done.
Stephen A.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, my God.
Stephen A., it is shocking because you've come a lot closer to where Skip is on this topic.
Listen, I have, because, but no, I always disagreed with him. But now, LeBron James has given substance and credence to the argument that Skip Bayless was making about him. Who defended him all of these years?
You have.
It's too much, man. It's just too much.
Allow me to psychoanalyze my friend Stephen A.
Go ahead, please.
Because I believe I know you better than you know yourself.
Oh, God.
A lot of this is coming from a place of, how dare you guys take my NBA away from me? You're in mourning. You said he should have been in mourning. We should be in. You're in mourning because you love this game.
Yes, I do.
This has been your life, your lifeblood. It's what you want to talk about. Not that you don't want to talk about the NFL and baseball and whatever else, but this is what you love.
You're right.
National Basketball Association. And for the first time in a long time, it has been pulled right out from under you when it's time to go. This is the time where we should be nearing the start of a season here, and it's looking farther and farther away, and it is killing you. So you want him to shut up because this is dire straits time. You want him at the negotiating table, not at the
Is he onto
keyboard.
something there? It makes sense.
No. Skip is completely right. That's not all there is to it, but every word that he just said is 100% correct. I absolutely do feel that way. But the other issue, like I talked to before, is I've spoken to champions. I've spoken to Hall of Famers throughout my career.
I agree
and they talk about the price that they paid in order to win, to be crowned champions. And this guy is walking around like he won the title. It bothers me. Enough. You got to get it done. Period. No more excuses. No more. I don't care about what products you're selling. I don't care about what you're doing through November, through May, assuming there's going to be a game. I care about what you're going to do in terms of putting rings on your finger so Skip Bayless, myself, and everybody else can shut up. It is time. I'm tired of this man being celebrated. For what? We know you're great. How about winning? Win for once.
Just win. Yeah.
Just win, baby.
Welcome
just
to the dark
win.
side. You have
Al
arrived.
Davis, just win.
Yeah.
That's it. Enough.
Enough said.
I have to say, victory, Skip Bayless. You have changed Stephen A.'s mind on something I never thought.
LeBron changed my mind.
He's been saying this for years.
Yeah, but LeBron,
and you debated him on it.
And always fought for LeBron. But now he walks around like he's won something.
All right.
You haven't.
Look, 90 seconds, and I know it's just fun.
Yep.
We've seen other guys go from basketball to football, and none of them were the freaks in basketball that this guy is. He was all-state in the state of Ohio in high school. I know. Could he play in the NFL?
Easily, without question. This guy's a freak of nature. That's one of the reasons he annoys me so much now. He can do it all. He's one of the greatest athletes we have ever seen. He is a freak of nature. He is a locomotive. He is an unstoppable presence. I don't know what position he can play.
Part of a champion, you say he lacks. He needs more of that in football.
He unquestionably lacks the heart of a champion.
He needs more of that part in football.
That's true, but there's a lot of guys that play on the level, but they don't show up in big moments. But they
LeBron James will want no part of the contact required to play in the National Football League. I don't believe he's mentally or physically tough enough to be a star. To be a star.
He's physically tough enough. Yes,
I don't think he would be able to take it on a Sunday.
He didn't want no part of the contact in a high school practice.
Well, that's true.
Because he saw the money down the line.
There's an injury risk. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. There you have it. LeBron James talk. Stephen A. Very strong. We're going to take a break.
Does it bother you that so many people are happy to see you fail?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow, have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So, they can get a few days or a few months or whatever the case may be on being happy about not only myself, but the Miami Heat not accomplishing their goal, but
you know, they got to get back to the real world at some point.
What we've seen now, period, end of story. LeBron James was made for the regular season. He's a regular season dynamo. He's made for our Sports Center plays of the night because he's always number one in the regular season. But come postseason time, he's the most overrated, overhyped superstar in my history in this business. Seriously, that's my bottom line to this discussion.
That's a